Ayato playthrough. Kamisato Ayato, one of the most beautiful characters I've ever seen, let alone in Genshin, but nothing will top my husbando Albedo. Yes, his story quest. I didn't know we were gonna be wedding crashers. I definitely don't think I took this story quest as seriously as I should have. I've always loved you since we were children. It has always been you. But you know what? It's fine. Anyways, I am now stalling. Goodbye.
We've only just met. Somehow we ended up on the topic of Master Kamaji and Lady Hiragi's relationship.
Oh, yeah! Paimon remembers those two had a thing!
Are they gonna get married?
Are they taking the next step or something?
Wedding! Listen, do I want to get married? At the moment, I literally couldn't care less about romance. The aspect of a wedding sounds very nice. Do I want to get married? No. Do I want to have a wedding? Yes.
Of course, this is just personal speculation. They haven't announced anything, and we wouldn't dare to ask.
Ooh, rumors.
They're both preparing for a banquet at the same time. They're both purchasing the kind of fine wine and confectionery normally reserved for big festivals. It's hard not to put two and two together.
Wedding! I'm not an advocate for gossiping. I sure do love a good rumor.
Oh, don't mind me. She's about to be happily married to the love of her life. I genuinely couldn't be happier for her.
Wait, this guy liked her? Maybe it's only like a Western thing, but you know when they're like something something or forever, speak now or forever hold your peace. Shinojo, are you gonna make y'all move?
Right? I think so too. It's fantastic.
Yes, but we shouldn't let ourselves get overexcited. What if it's all a big misunderstanding? As things stand, we have no actual proof of a wedding.
Maybe I still have a chance.
Shinoju doesn't look like he's taking this very well at all.
Can you imagine if someone is clearly upset that, you know, their love of their life is marrying someone else and they're not feeling too great, and like one of the first things you say to them is, you seem upset. Like, you don't say.
Sorry, I just haven't slept well recently.
He's like tearing at the sheets, you know, blanket kicking. He's like, oh my gosh, Lady Kamaji, the only time we can ever be together is in my dreams.
Are you worried about their wedding?
Ippei has no idea. He's like, huh? Why you upset?
I get what you mean. I really do. We need this wedding to be set in stone before the celebrations can really begin.
Ippei's like, I really get ya. Ippei's the type of person to be like, oh yeah, like I'm such a people person. Like I really am an empath. Actually, you don't get what he means at all.
What should we do? Should we just straight up ask them?
That sounds kind of nosy.
I don't know. That seems a bit rude.
It is rude. Since this is a wedding between two commissions. Oh, I didn't even realize it was between two commissions. Is it an arranged marriage or do they actually like each other?
Right! If Ayaka knows about it, that means it's a sure thing!
Okay.
This place impresses me every time I come here. It's so magnificent, but still so elegant.
Oh my gosh.
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing. Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us! Huh?
Hey guys, it's been a while. If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
Yes.
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan, and Yashiro commissioner. Kamisato Ayato.
He's beautiful!
Greetings, both. I have long been indebted to you on my sister's behalf. Finally, I have the chance to express my profoundest gratitude to you in person. Ayaka is out today.
Oh, it's nothing.
If you are here regarding anything related to the Kamisato clan, you are quite welcome to discuss it with me instead.
We heard a rumor that Kujo Kamaji and Hiragi Chisato are gonna get married soon. Do you know anything about that?
The head clans of 2 commissions are to become joined through marriage. Since the Yashiro Commission presides over cultural and ceremonial affairs, it closely involves us, too.
Ah, 2 true lovers becoming husband and wife. What a happy occasion.
It is. High-profile matrimonial links between 2 commissions are extremely rare. But these 2 truly love each other. Tradition should give way to freedom in this case. I'll visit them personally this time. Would you 2 care to join me?
Yeah.
This being the case, why not come and offer your best wishes too? Or is my presumption incorrect?
Yes, we're actually going there to sabotage the relationship. We're wedding crashers. No, we're invited. I'm sure we'll get an invitation. I'm waiting for my invitation to show up in my Serenity pot.
Toma, I'm heading out with my 2 guests now. I'll leave the residence in your capable hands.
Now I feel bad. There's nothing worse than giving someone bad news.
Ah, you finally...
This is even worse.
Ah, Yashiro Commissioner.
Who are these 2?
They're friends of ours. Paimon will do the introduction.
This is Ipe, an empath, and this is Shinojo, who's absolutely in love with Kamachi.
Well, there we have it. That's it then. So be it.
So our hunch was spot on.
Ipe is just blissfully unaware.
It is a little inappropriate for me to have shared news of this magnitude with you. So I would be much obliged if you could keep it in strict confidence until an official public announcement is made.
Ayato really said, yeah, they're getting married, but you didn't hear from me. Oh, this guy. Hey. Oh, shoot. I thought Kamaji was the girl. It's okay. I'm just going to headcanon that Shinojo is actually gay. Shinojo x Kamaji. You already know I love my BLs.
I heard the good news about yourself and Lady Hiragi. What a glorious marital alliance this shall be.
Hey there! We came to congratulate you as well.
And I finally had the chance to focus a little on my personal life.
Well, you're certainly making big progress in that department.
You must be a smooth operator. Ew! Disgusting. I'm picking that one.
Come on now. You're embarrassing me.
Please, continue. I'm quite content to listen.
Ayato really said, lay out the details. He really said, sit down, sit down. I want to hear this. It's a slumber party talk where everyone just lies down on the ground on their stomach, kicking their legs, being like, hee 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 hee.
But I am curious to know, what's your honest opinion on the whole thing? Do you think it's too sudden?
Stop! He's asking him for relationship advice. Do you think Ayato really knows anything about relationships?
No doubt people will offer you a colorful variety of opinions. But of course, you will have factored this into your decision, and I'm sure you are prepared for whatever challenges may lie ahead. Nevertheless, there is just one small aspect of this that puzzles me a little.
Worm?
You've been working hard to bring the Tenryou Commission in line. This is positive, and no doubt the beginning of important change. But on the other side of this equation, Lady Hiragi's father, Hiragi Shinsuke, is still in prison.
Damn, like your in-laws in prison. Who's gonna walk your gal down the aisle? Although maybe I was thinking that too. Brother Shinojo has to walk her down the aisle. Not Shinojo! Shinojo is getting second male lead syndrome, for sure. Can you imagine though? That's like such a second male lead thing to do. To walk your lover down the aisle to get married to someone else.
Hiragi Shinsuke is firmly against me having any contact at all with Chisato. In the past, we've always had to communicate in secret by sending letters.
Now that is a forbidden romance.
Although now may not look like the best timing for this marriage, it may well be the only opportunity we have.
Hey yo, your dad's behind bars. I think it's time for us to get married. Time's a ticking. Your dad's about to be released from jail next week. You better get on it. Start signing those papers.
I can see where you're coming from. But you're only postponing the problem, not solving it. You will still have to face it sooner or later.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. But since Chisato had the courage to ask me to marry her in spite of everything, how can I disappoint her?
Oh, worm?
She raised the idea in a letter, and after some initial hesitation, I went to meet her and have a serious conversation about our future.
Oh, just kidding.
It's funny, actually, because when I formally proposed to her in person, she denied having ever written that letter. So coy.
She really was like, ah, my fourth finger looks so empty. I bet something would look nice here.
Oh.
Oh.
Anyway, as her boyfriend, I knew she was just pretending, so I played along and said, I was only joking about the letter, and then I proposed. After making some disgruntled noises about me making a stupid joke, she blushed and said yes. We spent that afternoon working through all the details of the wedding.
Oh my gosh, are you team Kamaji or team Shinojo? Shinojo going against
Clearly
Kamaji, fighting for their wife. He comes charging in with the sword. I mean, he's a guard, but he knows how to fight, and we've all seen Kamaji fight. He's an absolute wimp. He was completely bodied by the Raiden Shogun. Chisato would be like, oh you guys, stop! I don't want my two best friends to fight for me. Chisato goes up to Shinojo. This is not you! This is not you. Look at me. We're not doing this. This is not the Shinojo that I know. She comes in between them. Stop! They both thrust their swords, and at the same time, it both goes into her stomach, and she's like, and they're like, oh my gosh, I just killed the love of my life. What a story.
No matter what happens next, I will always be there for her as the one person she can always rely on.
Boo, lame, corny, tomato, tomato, tomato. Also, I hate those glasses. I honestly think Kamaji is kind of ugly. I think Shinojo looks way better, to be honest. And she whispers under her dying breath that she's thankful for having both of them in her life. Oh, marry each other instead. It's the true plot. See, that's exactly how the BL goes. If you love me, you will marry each other. No, you know what happens? They like both marry each other out of like trauma. They're like, oh my gosh, like, we're both sad. We have no one. We only have each other now. Connected by the one that we love the most. It's my final wish. Her last dying breath, she's like, gay rights.
No surer evidence could there be of your true feelings and your commitment. If I had any reservations before, I certainly don't now.
Good luck on the day, and have a happy wedding.
Are we invited? Hello?
He seems busy. That must be true for anyone about to get married, right? It's a happy kind of busy, though.
We chalked it up to her being coy, but that doesn't sound like the Hiragi Chisato I know.
Does Chisato actually like Kamaji? Bro, if Chisato actually doesn't like Kamaji, this is gonna be another L that Kamaji takes. First, he gets absolutely bodied by the Raiden Shogun, and then he gets rejected by the head of a commission clan? Damn.
Bothers me also. But, unfortunately, attempting to seek the truth of the matter would likely be fruitless. Firstly, we have very little information to go on, and I must be cautious about taking a stance. This makes it difficult to investigate. Secondly, and more importantly, the person involved doesn't seem to care. If we intervene without his blessing, good intentions may lead to catastrophic results.
You do have a point. Kamaji doesn't seem worried at all.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna crash their wedding.
Seeking the full truth would be a long and laborious process. It would be inefficient.
Speaking from experience, yeah, I'm a seasoned wedding crasher.
Sort of. I have to take this approach, or the work of the Yashiro Commissioner would never be done. My opinion is something like this. When something strange happens, instead of trying to find out what could have caused it, it is better to look at the situation itself. We don't know what Hiragi Chisato's thoughts are, do we?
True.
But Chisato and Kamaji have already talked everything through, haven't they?
Only if we are to take Kujo Kamaji at his word. But there are two sides to every story. I was planning to visit the Hiragi clan to deliver my best wishes anyway. Let's take the opportunity to hear her thoughts.
Hello there, Yashiro Commissioner.
Would Lady Hiragi happen to be available at this moment?
Our lady is entertaining guests right now, and we're not entirely sure how long she will be.
We don't wish to impose. We'll just wander around in the general area. I noticed something before we left the Hiragi clan's residence. Oh, it was just a small detail. I was curious to know their thoughts on the wedding, so I asked them about it. Naturally, they responded that all other clans are happy for the Hiragi clan, but that's not the truth. Hiragi Shinsuke is still in prison, meaning the Kanjo Commission is the least stable in the Tri-Commission. Keep a close eye on them, Hisashi.
Yes, sir.
Whoa, what the heck? Where did this guy come from?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
He's a ninja. He's actually a
This is one
ninja.
of my most trusted members of the Shumatsuban. He's been quietly watching out for us this whole time.
Wow.
Let's go and see Hiragi Chisato.
Alright, now we get to hear from the bride.
I heard that Sir Kamisato had brought some guests, but I didn't know it was you two.
The Tri-Commission are the servants of the Shogun, and we should look out for one another. In fact, we visited Sir Kujo just now. It's clear that he's very much looking forward to the wedding. I sincerely wish you a joyful wedding and a blissful marriage.
Oh my gosh, Ayato is such a good actor.
This was not an easy decision to make.
He's living for the eventual tea. Not only is he a professional wedding crasher, he's also a professional tea spiller. Wait, actually he totally is. He fully spilled the tea to Shinojo and Ippei, and he was like, but you didn't hear from me.
Sounds like things are pretty tough for you, Chisato.
Yes. To be honest, I'm still a little nervous about it all.
It sounds like you have some considerable reservations, Lady Hiragi.
Yes. Well, there are so many things I need to consider.
Do tell.
In case you were wondering, I was not actually entertaining VIPs just now. I was in fact meeting with one of the Kanjo Commission's officers, Shinojo.
The plot thickens.
Oh, really? Him?
Mm-hmm. He charged in all of a sudden and said that he had something very important to tell me.
K-drama for real.
He didn't mince his words. Basically, he doesn't want me to marry Kamachi.
Shinojo. He really went and home-wrecked everything. Like, I knew Shinojo was down bad. I didn't think he would be a home-wrecker.
He has always been a calm and contained person who never acts out of line. I was quite shocked to see him so agitated.
I can already see it. Calm, cool, collected guy that's like, nothing phases me. And then he hears that his childhood friend is marrying some other guy and they're like, I can't stand for this. You know, they start running. The rain is pouring. Chisato, wait! He's drenched and he's like, I've always loved you since we were children. It has always been you. It was always you from the beginning.
But despite all that, what he was saying made a lot of sense. He thinks that now is a bad time for this wedding to happen.
Well, of course he thinks that.
He pointed out that I am like the final pillar propping up my clan. If I marry into the Kujo clan, that pillar is taken away. There will no longer be a voice of authority in the Hiragi clan. And it could be a disastrous move for my personal image, too.
After the wedding, Lady Hiragi will belong to the Kujo clan. The Kanjo Commission's attitude toward you may undergo some significant changes thereafter.
This is a terrible thing to be saying, but I'm starting to have second thoughts.
We heard from Sir Kujo that his decision to tie the knot was prompted by a letter he received from you. But we've also heard that you did not write that letter. Sir Kujo thought that perhaps you were just being coy. Oh, dear. Perhaps I should have kept that part to myself.
But you didn't hear from me. That's all I'm getting from Ayato. He was like, I mean, what?
What? But that was... It was just a prop in his playful proposal, wasn't it? It was clearly purpose designed, what with all the fancy lettering and so on.
So I am to understand that had it not been for this letter, you two may not have chosen this moment to be wed?
Oh my gosh, who's the mystery writer?
When it comes down to it, yes, I think so. Do you mean to say that this letter is not what I thought it to be?
The reveal, the plot twist. Who could have written it?
Either way, it's wonderful to see how much you both trust one another. In that sense, you could say that the origin of the letter is ultimately not of great importance.
Stop! Stop! Ayato was really like, damn, like, your boyfriend said you wrote this letter, but like, you know, I don't think you wrote it. You're saying that if it wasn't for this letter, we wouldn't have gotten married? I mean, like, you know what, like, it's really nice to see that y'all trust each other. I mean, let's just forget about the letter. Like, my bad. Sorry I brought it up. Moving on.
Perhaps Sir Cujo was the one being coy. After all, he had no particular reason to be forthcoming with us about the details of his playful proposal.
You know what this is? When, like, you're giving, like, advice to a friend and you're, like, being super deep and you're giving them, like, super serious relationship advice. But you always have to end with, but I don't know, like, that's just what I think. It's up to you, though. Just so you can cover your ass, so if something goes wrong, you're like, you know, like, it wasn't on me. Like, I was just giving advice. Like, I'm not professional. He says all of this, and he's like, but that's just what I think, you know, like, IDK.
I think I should give it some more thought.
Ooh. Shinojo's like, I've done my work.
All that matters is that you follow your heart. Since you'll be needing some time to think things over, we will excuse ourselves now.
Alright, let's regroup. I'm really curious to see what other ideas Ayato has for this.
Hiragi Chisato is on a totally different page than Kujo Kamaji. Ayato, why did you give her such vague suggestions? Couldn't you just have told her what you'd do in her position? Because Paimon's pretty sure you have an idea.
I've said everything I can, given the Yashiro Commission's stance. Interfering too much with other commissions' domestic issues will only create trouble. And the more I think about it, the stranger this all seems. But Hiragi Chisato has yet to see it. We must be vigilant. Someone wants Hiragi Chisato to be married as soon as possible, and if my guess is right, it is someone from within the Kanjo Commission. This person is presumably also responsible for the mysterious and misleading letter.
Oh my gosh, hear me out. Shinojo in love with Chisato. However, someone is in love with Shinojo. And they were like, Chisato, keeping a border up between me and Shinojo. I need to do something. They forge a letter. Get Chisato to marry Kamaji. And then they're like, great, I have Shinojo all to myself now.
A lowly officer is greatly worried about Hiragi Chisato's future, while the heads of the supporting clans ostensibly have no concern at all. It doesn't add up.
Not Ayato calling Shinojo a lowly officer? Disrespectful.
Yes. It's a smart strategy. Far superior to the one adopted by the Tenryou Commission's Takatsukasa clan. With Hiragi Chisato having married into the Kujo clan and the head of the Hiragi clan in prison, challenges to the Hiragi clan's leadership would begin to emerge throughout the ranks of the Kanjo Commission. Eventually, another clan would take the Hiragi clan's place. Actually, we have evidence. His name is Shinojo.
Oh my gosh. Shinojo, lover boy, our trump card.
Did they take one of the Kanjo Commission officers away?
Yes, his name is Shinojo.
As I expected. They cannot afford to let this opportunity pass them by. They have to act now while the Hiragi clan is at its weakest.
And this is where Chisato realizes that she's in love with Shinojo.
After Chisato's meeting with Shinojo, she began to have second thoughts. In their eyes, Officer Shinojo has interfered with their plan.
Shinojo, my childhood friend, I realized just now that I love you. Chisato, it's always been you. Always.
But whoever is behind this will not allow their plan to fail now. They will not be inclined to respect Hiragi Chisato's own wishes. Her stance was so passive that she was easily manipulated. Treated like a pawn, with even her marriage becoming a battleground for political power play.
Justice for Chisato.
Despite all of this, she still believed that a happy future was awaiting her. When she formally marries into the Kujo clan, she will lose her title as daughter of the Hiragi clan, her position in the Kanjo Commission, and above all, her independence.
Marriage is such a trap.
I agree. Marriage is a trap. Y'all heard that? Don't get married. Bro, I can see it. Chisato gets kidnapped. Kamaji tries to fight but gets bodied. And Shinojo emerges from the shadows and defeats all the enemies and wins her affection. Frederick, get this fanfiction published right now.
If we attempt to stop this wedding from happening, we will become the villains of the story and face immense public backlash. At this stage, if the perpetrators wish to maintain control over the situation, their only option is to come out from the shadows and bare their fangs. We must go and rescue Shinojo. He has done nothing wrong and does not deserve to be punished.
Alright, let's go save the second male lead. No, not Shinojo in this wimpy trap. That's embarrassing. I would never want to have Chisato see me in that state.
Stop this at once.
It's the Yashiro Commissioner.
It's Yashiro, Commissioner.
Well, we take orders from our master. No one else.
Really? Then please, excuse me.
Oh, he's angry.
Who goes there? Get them!
Wow, I like using Ayato. He's not. Jeez, look at that freaking damage! Shinojo, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wait. You have to listen to me. Lady Chisato's wedding. It's all part of a scheme. Someone's trying to use the wedding for their own ends.
Calm down, Shinojo. It's okay. We know about all that.
Those behind this plan are not going to give up easily. Their next move is imminent. We must devise sufficient countermeasures.
Yashiro Commissioner, you're personally going to take action?
This situation has consequences for the whole Tri-Commission, and the stability of all Inazumas at stake. My hitherto neutral stance ends now. Traveler, Paimon, let's get out of here.
Well,
Oh my
if it isn't
gosh.
the Yashiro
I
Commissioner,
knew it was him.
I hear you showed up here with no explanation and attacked my men. You wouldn't happen to be carrying out some sort of secret mission, now would you?
Shinojo may be your retainer, but the law does not grant you the right to abuse him.
Yeah.
Abuse? Nonsense. I was just teaching him a lesson. Out of nowhere, a low-ranking officer decides to barge in on Lady Hiragi and start spouting out the most absurd and insulting nonsense one can imagine. A truly egregious loss of decorum. I dare say, the poor lady was terrified.
So, you're saying that you know absolutely nothing of the reasons for his actions? Because otherwise, why would you describe it as out of nowhere?
Two people from two different clans are getting married. That's all there is to it. And yet this young gentleman took it upon himself to fabricate a nonsensical disaster story around it. How should I know what he was thinking? We are, and always will be, her loyal assistants. It's our duty to see that she never has to worry about anything. Loyalty and duty are our guiding principles. Not only did this guard show no regard for either, he went out of his way to upset a lady. How could one do such a thing? Even if we put it down to a rare moment of impulsivity. I have to say, I'm surprised to see one of such noble standing as yourself rushing to his defense.
Funny. I'm suddenly reminded of an anecdote I'd like to share with you. There's not been a dull moment since I took up my post in the Yashiro Commission. Every day I've been exposed to new and fascinating things.
Oh no, Ayato is not about to monologue, is he?
For instance, a merchant from abroad once told me about a curious kind of bird with the most extraordinarily long tongue. So long, in fact, that you can tie 2 knots in the portion of it that extends out of its beak. I'm sure someone as erudite as yourself could be able to guess what people do with these unusual avians.
Keep them as pets.
You'd think, wouldn't you? But there's a catch. You see, this bird is of no use to humans whatsoever, and certainly doesn't make a suitable pet. If you catch one, the best thing you can do is actually cut its tongue off and throw it out of the window.
That's a really nice angle of him. It looks really nice like that.
The reason they give is this. The longest tongue has the most to say, but don't be deceived as it chirps away, lest the song it sings lead you astray.
I say, Yashiro Commissioner, are you here simply to mock the Kanjo Commission?
Far from it. In my mind, the Kanjo Commission is made up of honorable individuals, upright and forthright, conscientious and loyal. It is unbecoming of such people to resort to lies, deception, and filibustering, all as part of a plan to remove Lady Hiragi from her position in the Kanjo Commission.
Yashiro Commissioner, please don't make accusations without any evidence.
The evidence is standing right in front of me. is it not? I have a credible witness who can confirm you were quick to try and make him disappear as soon as he said something that you did not like. Ugh, dear me. I can't believe the Grand Matsura clan is now represented by someone with less of a sense of loyalty than even an ordinary servant.
Ayato? Throwing shade?
You studied hard and took a government position, only to make it to where you are now just to play these petty power games behind the scenes. I'm not sure whether it's because you're smart enough to play the system, or too foolish to know any better.
Man, he's going in hard.
I'm not angry, Mr. Matsura. I just feel sorry for you.
I'm not mad, just disappointed.
You are reaching rather outside of your bounds, Yashiro Commissioner. If you seek to involve yourself in other clans' affairs, might I be so bold then, as to question your motives in doing so?
Ayato looks really nice there too.
I think you are simply opposed to an alliance between the Kanjo Commission and Tenryo Commission, because the new balance of power in the Tri-Commission would be a threat to you personally.
So, that's how you view it.
Let me be crystal clear. This wedding is going to happen, and nothing is going to change that.
I had expected you to at least be smarter than most. But it seems that I was gravely mistaken. You seriously think this marriage will bring the Kanjo Commission and the Tenryo Commission together? Isn't it at all possible that the Kanjo Commission becomes marginalized as a consequence of this union? Goodness me. Well, I've learned a great deal from talking to you. That will be all for now. If you would excuse me, I shall take my leave.
Goodness me. That was so flamboyant, and for what?
Hey! What was all that? Paimon didn't follow at all.
They had their scheme, but fortunately I was prepared. As I said, they ended up coming out from the shadows and revealing themselves. Let's see how things are in Inazuma City. Then, I'll take you through the details of my plan.